A large number of homes in the Bay Area have sold for over asking price in recent months. According to research by Zillow, almost 54% of homes have sold above asking price since February. And in Mountain View, a home recently sold for $1 million above asking price. Joining me now with more on this story is Chris Glynn, Senior Managing Economist over at Zillow. Chris, $1 million over asking is a very large amount over asking. Is this something that we have seen in the past ever?
So $1 million is an eye-popping number. It's important to keep in mind that oftentimes the luxury market and for very high-end homes, they do not behave like the rest of the market, the homes that the typical buyers are looking at. So we have seen homes sell above list in the past. It's very common in the Bay Area for homes to sell above list. It's certainly the case now that a higher share of homes are selling above list because of a very competitive housing market.
And typically, selling above listing isn't, so strange. You always hear about someone posting for a certain amount, and because there are a lot of offers on the home, someone wants to, they really want to nab the house, so they'll put in something above asking. But $1 million is a large sum of money. I think even if you are an insanely wealthy person, it's not a small amount of money to be asking, especially when you factor in the asking price typically is going to be a large amount as well. What is the average you see, regardless of whether it's luxury or a regular housing market? What is typically the amount, percentage you see over asking when someone is placing an offer?
It's not uncommon for a home to sell several percentage points, 5, 10 percentage points above the asking price. And what we're seeing is that it's driven by a unique moment in the housing market where a wave of millennials are aging into the peak years of homeownership. Interest rates are at historic lows, and the pandemic itself and the work from home trends that it kicked off have really created this unique moment where demand is really dramatically outpacing supply, and that's what's leading to a higher share of homes that are selling above listing price.
It's interesting because not too long ago there were articles about millennials, more millennials living at home because they're not getting paid as much, let's say, as much as their parents were at their age. So it's interesting to see that those people that were once the subject of an article, about living at home with their parents, they're now in the market to buy homes, which is also driving up the demand, which is also what typically drives up prices.
Correct, and I think that there's a lot of demographic forces at play. We have millennials, which are currently the largest generation in America, but we also have baby boomers that are healthier and living longer and also active in the market. And so when you add up both the demand coming from the entire age spectrum, we have a lot of buyers out there.
I remember back in 2008, 2009, when there was the real estate crash, the economic recession that we all lived through, the housing market. I mean, home prices plummeted. A lot of people were foreclosing. There were a lot of short sales. That was the buyer's market back then. When we're looking at asking prices or offers $1 million over asking, this is definitely a seller's market. Getting a loan right now is much easier than it was back then. I know back then getting a loan was so hard because banks had implemented new rules and regulations in issuing loans. You're saying interest rates are extremely low right now. It's easier than getting a loan back then, but is it still tough to get a loan these days?
I think the data supports that it's more difficult to get a loan today than it was leading into the financial crisis of 2007, 2008. There are very few similarities between what we saw leading up to 2008 and the housing market today. The financial conditions are much, much stronger today. The demographics are very different. And what we're seeing today is a scarcity of homes that are for sale, placing a premium on the homes that are available for sale. And that's what's creating this excessive, or not excessive, but higher share above list sales.
Now the photos we're showing you right now, this is the home in Mountain View that sold just over $1 million over asking. It's located over 593 Sleeper Avenue. It was listed for $4.5 million, and it sold for $5.5 in only 6 days. That's another thing that we're seeing a lot of, is that these homes aren't staying on the market for long, whereas before you would see it maybe on the market for a month, and then maybe the prices the homeowner would lower the prices, so to increase their chances of selling. But the amount of days we're seeing these homes on the market are much shorter than before as well. It's crazy to think that you could list your home and in 24 to 48 hours you could have a price, an offer, and accept, and get the ball rolling.
Yeah, the typical days on market for a home in the San Francisco area is 9 days. And there are several things that are contributing to it. The first is just demand. Buyers are incentivized to act quickly and decisively when they find a home that they want. But the second thing is technology has enabled buyers to search more efficiently and rapidly and really narrow their list of homes that they're interested in down quickly, so that they can visit 1, 2, 3 homes rather than spending many weekends visiting open houses and touring homes that really in the end don't meet their wish list.
Do you see this trend kind of cooling off anytime soon? A lot of people may not have the money to place or submit offers that high, especially when you're going substantially higher than asking. Is this a trend that we could see at least cooling off a little bit?
We're at a very unique moment in the history of housing markets. And so I think that this is not the new normal. This is the current reality, but it's not the new normal. And we expect to see housing market growth moderate in coming months, where price growth will not go negative, but housing prices will just grow more slowly than they have in recent months.
And I guess my last question for you is, again, I keep coming back to this $1 million over asking because it just blows my mind. That's about 20% over asking. It's something that a lot of people cannot compete with financially. What does an average person do? Do you have any tips for them if they are looking to buy, but they don't necessarily have the money to make offers like that?
There are a few things that buyers can do to compete in a very active market. The first is get their financial ducks in a row and get pre-approved for a mortgage so that they enter the market and are ready to act whenever they find the home that's right for them. The second is work with a trusted real estate agent to help navigate the search and making an offer process. The third is use technology to their advantage to rapidly and efficiently identify homes that meet their wish list and criteria. And the fourth is leave a little bit of breathing room at the top end of their budget, so that if they need to make an offer above list price, they're not going over budget.
And since this is a seller's market, I guess, anyone can sell and you don't really need tips. But do you have any tips if someone does want to sell in such a cutthroat market right now?
I think the thing for sellers is to think about what are the plans after they sell. So many times sellers turn around and then immediately become buyers. So it's something that sellers have to think about, is what is the best path forward for every individual.
All right. Well, Chris Glynn, Senior Managing Economist over at Zillow, thanks so much. This is as crazy as it is. Seeing a real estate market like this is a good sign, because it just means that our economy is just doing better and better. So as painful as it is to have to put in that much money into a home, sometimes you got to find the silver lining, and that's the silver lining. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, again, we're going to show you the home in Mountain View that just sold for over $1 million over the asking price. This is the home you see right here. The home is located at 593 Sleeper Avenue. Get this, it was listed for $4.5 million and it sold for $5.5 million, and in only 6 days, so less than a week. It is a beautiful home, as you can see. It has over 4,300 square feet, and it includes 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. You're watching Crown On. We'll have more news for you after the break.